Hey guys, it's your girl Daily Etha and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I will be telling you guys how I was able to get my car all on my own. Basically how I was able to get it financed. I'm going to be telling you guys the 6 steps I needed to get to where, to reaching my goal. So if you are interested, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and also stay tuned for more videos. If you're interested in like the finance, money type of topic, I know it's a very sensitive topic to talk about in this industry. I'm no financial advisor myself, but I've been exposed to it and I currently work in that industry, and I'd be more than happy to shed some light on some things, especially for people my age, maybe even younger, who are starting to build their credit or have no idea what credit is. I'd love to talk more about it. So if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and stay tuned. Peace. So step number 1. So step number 1 for me was actually determining your goal. So some questions that helped me determine my goal is, what exactly am I saving for? How much do I need to save up for? And when should be the deadline? So those 3 things were my main focus. In this case, it's obvious that what I was saving for is a car. Excuse me. What I was saving for was a car, so that knocked down one of those questions. So now I was up with 2. How much and when was my deadline? So for me, I had a significant amount of time because I did need to save up for it. So I didn't have a situation where I need a car by yesterday. No. Step number 2 is actually you need to start saving. So in order for you to do this, you actually need to have a job. You need to have some sort of income coming in. Now, what was really helpful for me was this is what I recommend when you're saving for anything, is set up automatic transfers. I kid you not. So what I did was, through my bank, every single time I get paid, which I get paid bi-weekly, I had it set so that it takes out a certain amount and transfers it directly into a separate savings account. So when I wake up in the morning and I look at my checking account, what I have in my checking account is what I have to use, and I don't have to manually transfer into my savings account. So what this is basically doing is forcing myself to save. What you also need to do is stop eating out a lot. This is if you're the type of person to go out to eat every week. You need to cut that out because that's only hurting you and delaying you from your goal. Yeah, you have an automatic transfer set up, but you have to discipline yourself. You're trying to save money for a goal, therefore you're just trying to save money overall. Discipline yourself, and then just stop spending money in general. I was lucky enough to be able to actually live with my parents, so I didn't have to worry about paying rent or mortgage, and also food. Yes, I will go out once in a while, but I didn't have to worry about food because I'm blessed enough to live with my parents, which obviously there's a home cooked meal. I just wanted to tell you guys, as I was filming this video, my dad sent me a picture of this frosting, vanilla frosting, so you know what that means. We finna eat dessert. So that was a plus for me. I know everybody's situation is different, but again, I am just speaking from experience. I didn't get away with everything, but I did have a couple of other bills to pay for to help out with my family. But I was basically saving majority of my paycheck. So step number 3. So what step number 3 for me is determining whether or not I want my vehicle financed, or if I want to buy it out completely. So in my case, what I did is I did get my vehicle financed. The reason why I did that is because I felt like I needed a reliable car. I do live in Florida, so where my job was and where I was living at the time, it was pretty long, so I definitely needed a reliable car. So determining this step will actually cut this entire video in half, because all you basically need to do is just save your money, and once you have enough money saved, you start shopping around, and then you just buy off the vehicle, and then all you end up paying for is your insurance, and that's it. But that wasn't for me in my case. I know I had a pretty good job, and I was going to be able to afford making monthly payments on that vehicle plus paying my insurance. So determining that is a major key. Like I said, I did finance my vehicle. Not saying that if you buy it outright, the vehicle is not going to be a reliable car, but just do your research on it. Do the Carfax. Is it Carfax? Yeah, Carfax. And just make sure that exactly what you're putting down towards that vehicle to buy it outright is really worth it. Step number 4. So for this video is very crucial because a lot of people don't like this step. I mean, people have a hard time with this step, but honestly, I'm gonna make it super easy for you. So build your credit. Literally, build your credit. It's that simple. No, I'm just kidding. It's not that simple. So what this is going to determine whether or not you actually get approved if you're financing your vehicle. So this is going to tell the lenders, because they're basically looking at your credit, your report card. Let's just say that they're looking at your report card to see how much it is that they can actually lend you based on your credit history. So now this is where it gets a little bit tricky if you don't have credit history. If you don't have credit history, it might be a little bit hard for you to start building your credit, but honestly, it's better to start with a 0 score than to actually start with a really damaged score. So what I would recommend if you're starting to build your credit is going to a local credit union and shopping around for a secured credit card. When I mean shopping around, I don't mean having them like apply. I don't want you applying for a credit card, but just know what secured credit card would be best for you. The reason why I say credit union aside from a bank is because credit unions tend to have lower interest rates, and they tend to be more understanding and very helpful. They provide a lot of guidance when it comes to your finances. It's a pretty easy card to get if you are looking to build your credit, but then again, other things come into effect that, you know, might not be so easy for some people. In my case, I was able to do this step because, once again, what? Step number 5. So now you've finally saved up the amount that you said you want to save up for. So in my case, the amount I was able to save up to was up to $5,000. So $5,000 was going to be my down payment towards my car. What I did is I got a pre-approval. So what a pre-approval is this is going to determine how much the credit union or the bank, wherever you decide to go, is going to help me finance this vehicle for. Because let's say the vehicle came out to $15,000, I was gonna put $5,000 down, so what's left of the financing is $10,000. Who was gonna cover that? So I needed to know if the credit union was able to help me cover that, which will put me at a very comfortable payment. So also know your budget when it comes to payment. So that's also very important. The pre-approval, and I'm talking from experience, is good for 30 days. So for 30 days, you have to search for your vehicle, and you know, you can test drive exactly what it is that you want and things like that to determine what vehicle it is that you want. I truly recommend test driving the cars before setting your mind on something. Step number 6. Finally, you found your dream car and you have your down payment ready and you have somebody who can finance it for you. So you're able to get your car. So that's just pretty much it. Getting pre-approved with a credit union makes the paperwork a lot easier. This is probably like the 5th time I say this. I'm only talking from experience. When it came to the paperwork, I didn't have to worry a lot about it. Because that's something that was taken care of. It was taken care of at the dealership. Yeah, it was taken care of at the dealership. So I didn't feel overwhelmed, and I went with my dad. So my dad was with me throughout the entire process, which I am very grateful for. this is going to be a disclaimer. I know I said this throughout the video, but I am no financial advisor. I am honestly just speaking from the heart and from experience. I put these 6 steps together because this is what helped me achieve my goal. This is what helped me, you know, get my car, my first car on my own. You heard that? My first car on my own. These 6 steps are what helped me get it. And also surround yourself with the right people. If you surround yourself with people who are always spending money, you're most likely going to be involved in that area. So know how to discipline yourself, and with discipline you'll be able to achieve every single goal in life. That was deep, right? It is your girl Daily Ita, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was a pretty short video. I hope it was as informative as it can be. And yes, so have a wonderful day, and don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and peace.